Guys, what's up? Hey, it is Doug, and welcome to another edition of Spooky Village. This is a companion episode to the review of Boogieman's Hangout, and this is posted, this video, the same time as the review video, so I will link them each below in each other's description. But, so this is Boogieman's Hangout, a classic Lemax Spooky Town piece. I got this building, ordered it off eBay. It was said to be in complete working order. It was not. The mummy here that pops out of this, the house part here, actually was not working correctly. I'll show you in here in just a moment what it was doing, but the gist of it was sometimes it wouldn't come out at all, and it was like it wasn't working. Sometimes it would pop out of the door slightly, and I could hear the motor working underneath it, so I figured that one, you know, the motor wasn't bad. It seemed like something was going, and of course, the motor couldn't be bad because it was working at least some of the time. So I would have to open it up with a screwdriver and start pulling it out, actually, for it to start working, and it wouldn't work completely. All right, well, here we go, guys. Using this here hair dryer on high, I'm going to try and back this adhesive off. You have to get the adhesive off before you can get into anything underneath. All right, guys, here's the problem area on this. I'm gonna hit the power. You can see how this works. Turn it down a little. But watch up here. The motor right here will try and spin this. Now you see that? It's spinning, but nothing is engaging. The mummy didn't move at all. You can see the gear drive down there. So it should be spinning. The gears are spinning, so something is not engaging here. So let me put this down. I'm going to try and see what's going on. Okay, guys, apologies for shooting this. This is incredibly hard for shooting stuff this small. So I took the top layer off with the screws that has the actual main, not gear, but I guess the pulley. So I've got the problem, I think, isolated to here, something in here, and I don't know yet, but whenever you rotate this gear here, okay, it slips. And I don't know why that is, but whenever you put him out, let's just get the mummy through this door. That door spring load is very strong. See, it's hard to do this with one hand. If the door is open, you might have to take my word for it, because I'm holding my phone here. Let me see. That mummy will actually... Okay, guys, if that door's... Sorry, this is hard. If that door is open, the mummy slides through no problem. It's something you can feel a gear slipping, and they want to move here, like the gear wants to move out, These teeth are very fine. I think there's a gear mesh issue here with that door. So I'm either going to have to loosen up that door because the spring load is very strong on it, or fix the gear mesh, or that might not be the issue, but I think that's what's going on here. So I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to put the phone down. Again, here I can't do this with one hand, but that appears to be the problem. Everything seems to be working okay power-wise. I thought it was a weak motor, but obviously if it's doing this with my hand, I've got plenty of torque. So let me see if I can figure out what's going on there. So this is what I think the problem is. This is the actual gear that engages with the mummy and the slider. I'm using a dab of super glue here so the inside of the gear won't slip whenever the shaft is turning. This should allow it to make sure that it's always turning if the shaft is turning, because I think what happened is the inside has little serrations or something, basically so the shaft can grab the gear. Well, the gear is plastic, so it's easy for those to wear out. So I think by using a little bit of glue here so it's always engaged, I think it's going to go through that door no problem. And also because of the friction that's on that door, I'm going to play with the spring to see if I can get that door spring to loosen up as well. All right, guys, it looks like that did it. Let me turn this down just a little bit here. So what it needed, it was a combination of things. It was that gear kept slipping, that little pinion gear on the rack. Basically, it's like a rack and pinion is how this thing works, for those of you who know what that is. That pinion was slipping on the shaft, so that super glue to adhere it to the shaft is actually what did it. Just want to make sure you let that super glue dry. You don't want to glue your part of the gear onto the rack there. So yeah, guys, that did it. I'm excited. I got a piece that works now here. So that's how this was. Don't be afraid to tear into these things. If they're broke, they're kind of broke. As long as you're really careful and you don't sever any wires, you're okay if it's something mechanical like this, because the mechanical things are easier to solve, like gears or something like that, versus like a motor that goes out or some electronical issue. That one I'll have to address when I get to it. But yeah, guys, you can see what it looks like here. And that's it, guys. The whole thing, it took me, I don't know, really about 45 minutes, to be honest. Trying to film it was the hardest part, actually, than actually doing the work on it. But no, I shouldn't say that. Actually, taking the adhesive part from underneath it, that part is a pain because you're going to get sticky doing it. The hair dryer worked great for it. As I come across more broken pieces, I will be doing more of these videos to show you how to fix it. One of the best resources is Random Junk Channel. He does amazing stuff. I will link him below. You definitely should check him out. He does very in-depth Lemax repair videos. He can show you more, and I've really enjoyed watching his videos because he really knows what he's doing. But yeah, easy fix on this one. Ultimately, guys, it was just that gear. I guess from I don't know the history of the piece before, but that spring was so tight on here in the friction that it had worn the inside of that gear out to where the shaft would just spin on that gear whenever it was pressed against this. Sometimes it would work, sometimes there was enough friction to where it would come out slightly, but that's what the problem was. That super glue fixed it right up. And of course I also loosened up the spring a little bit with I stretched the spring out a little bit to ease the tension on it. Used a screwdriver for that. And you're going to want to use good screwdrivers anyways. If you're going to be doing this stuff, you need some small Phillips and flathead screwdrivers. I guess I should have said that right off the bat. So luckily I had those, so that, no problem. It was a pretty easy fix for me, and I'm happy that I got this piece working. So yeah, guys, that's it. Look for more of these type videos soon, and I will see you soon.